I'm wearing my jacket, but boss said I'm still too cold. Man, I fucked your bitch, she filled that from her head to toes. I need this guap, I couldn't care about my wrist and froze. Tryna hit that belly like home, and now your girlfriend wanna whoa, whoa, whoa.
Hello guys, welcome back to Stay in Place, the podcast. You know the vibes. We're back with episode 3. I can't believe we're already on episode 3. Like, when we first initially started out, we're just like, oh, let's just do it for like fun. But yeah, we're just doing it on like a consistent basis now. I'm joined by Jojo, a familiar face you guys should know by now. How are you doing, sir?
Not too bad, man. Not too bad after our recent result.
Yeah.
People don't facts, but yeah, I'm not too bad. What about you?
Yeah, not too bad, not too bad. I mean, I got a couple things to get off my chest, but yeah, we just moved.
Same here, man.
Yeah, I can't believe it's already episode 3 though. Like, I remember when we first started obviously talking about like ideas and whatnot for the podcast, but it's mad how like time flies by. Like,
bro, man. Bro, get me so much Premier League, Europa to cover, man. You know, we always do this. We always do it in the get me. Like,
yeah.
with each, but why not just do it in a podcast, man?
Yeah, we're always like talking about football on the phone, so why not just show the viewers like basically what we're like talking about. And yeah, I wanted to start off with the Europa. I wanted to start off different this week. Usually we start off with the Premier League, but because there was only like 2 games on the weekend from the Premier League, I want to start off with like the Europa League. Yeah, I want to actually start off with Tottenham Hotspur Football Club. Like, tell me what happened. Like, you guys were like in last week's episode, we were talking about how you guys are gonna like cruise past them, like you're already through. We didn't even need to like talk about Tottenham. Yeah, we were focusing on more on like United, Arsenal, Rangers, but Tottenham, like I really like Tottenham Football Club, but they've got this like name attached to them as being like bottle jobs, like always like crumbling under the pressure. Like, what actually happened? Like, you were 2-0 up, but then you end up losing 3-0. Like, what is that performance there? It was a lackluster performance. Like, it was really, really poor, like really bad.
Yeah.
Like, obviously, what have you got to say for that?
Bro, just like you just said, you get me, bottle jobs, man. We Spursed it up. That is the most Spursy performance you could ever get, man. Like, to go there to a Greek team with 2-0 advantage and to crumble like that. And you could see from the first half, man. You could see from the first half that it was 0-0, but we didn't turn up. And it was like we just really went there to coast our way into the quarterfinals. You can't do that. You can't do that in any competition. You can't just turn up places and not respect teams. You get me? And big them up. I'll big them up though, because they gave it their all, man. And that my man.
I tell you what, they've got a play on their hands,
bro. My man,
he is gonna be on a big move this summer. 100%. Big clubs are gonna come in for him because obviously players score hat tricks, but they may not be the greatest. But that hat trick there was perfect, especially the first goal. That was like a FIFA goal, and then the third goal, going past the likes of Sissoko and Aurier, like they're not there. Like, these are Premier League players. These are physical players. But he just went past them with ease. Like, I was just shocked at how bad Tottenham played that day. Like, from the first minute till the end. Like,
embarrassing, man. Embarrassing. Like, when you don't take a team serious, when you don't go there to turn up, when you go there when you think you're already in the next round, these things happen. You get me? These things will just happen. So I told you after the game, that was me done with the manager, man. That was the straw, like, because I felt like and not necessarily, I don't even necessarily blame the manager. I don't blame it all on the manager, but it was like, if they're gonna do that, such a disgraceful performance, they can't be playing for you. That's how I felt. You get me? So it was like, I've backed Mourinho all season, but when I saw that, I was thinking, boy, I can't watch this football anymore and not see results. You can only watch that football and see results. Like, disrupt the and then hit players on a counter attack and hit teams on a counter attack. If you're getting results, you can watch that. we haven't been getting results. And so for me, that was the last straw. And I really wanted to win that Europa League, and just the way we went out, man, like just lackluster. Just as you said, lackluster, embarrassing, Spursy, man, Spursy performance. And yeah, we're out. Yeah, we don't even see. We're in a cup final, Carabao Cup, but it's like, is this what we wanted? Is this what we want to take? Look, what, a Carabao Cup, but what, no progress, no top four, no, like we want to get into the Champions League, we want to be progressive. But yeah, it's just a lackluster, embarrassing performance, bro.
So what, you on Mourinho out now?
Yeah, I'm Mourinho out, man. Like even though obviously we'll get into the Premier League results, and obviously we got the points done, and we can still get into the top four. I don't believe we'll get into the top four, bro, but through what I've seen all season, like if we're winning, if we're getting points, then I'll back it. But from the whole year, we've not beaten nobody in the top side. Beat that statistic. No one in the top 10 we've beaten. We just beat Aston Villa literally yesterday. But apart from that, before we hadn't beaten no one. So it's like either the players are not, something's wrong. And so and something's wrong in all sectors, the players, the manager, and even the top. Because even the top, the decisions they made into sacking Pochettino and then bringing Mourinho, this Russian, just obviously they wanted the best for the club. I feel like they wanted the best for the club, but it wasn't well thought out. So it's just all over the place at the moment at Tottenham, man. That's all I can say.
It's funny enough because obviously when Mourinho was at United, like last time he was in the Europa League, he actually won it. Like he actually won the competition in 2017. Because obviously we know Mourinho's pedigree, and like obviously he's known for winning just trophies wherever he goes and whichever club he's at. But at Tottenham, obviously it's his third season, so him not not winning anything like quite yet is a bit surprising. But then again, on the other hand, like you said, you're still in the Carabao Cup final, and I feel like Tottenham on their day can beat anyone. Obviously, how we saw like at the start of the season when you guys beat City 2-0, like if you manage to put in a performance like that, like I just feel like why not? Why can't you not win? Like maybe you might catch City on a day off or whatnot. I'm actually hoping that Tottenham actually win, because obviously you guys haven't won a trophy since 2008, and that was actually the League Cup at the time as well.
Exactly. Of course, I want to win a trophy. I want us to win a trophy, but is it progress? Because we brought him in to win trophies, which he might do and might put on, but not make it into the top four again, not make Champions League, not make it into the Champions League. Is it really progress? Then we could end up losing the likes of Kane, could end up losing the likes of Son. We're just going downhill as a club. So like, it's all in the mud right now. That's all I'll say. But I wouldn't say it's over right now yet, because if you actually think about it, our form in the Premier League is actually good. Like on the form table, we're actually top.
I mean, you can still finish in the top four as well. Like it's still not over. You can even end the season finishing in the top four with actual like trophy, like a cup. So I guess it's not bad news at the end of the day, but obviously you do want to reach those like heights that obviously like your fans expect. So obviously like do well in Europe, and like just perform on a consistent basis, like rather than like just being good one week and really poor the next. So yeah, that's what I think Tottenham just need to add to their game, just doing it on a consistent basis.
That's why I'm Mourinho out right now, because I don't feel like we can ever be consistent with Mourinho, man. Like I feel like it'll be 1 minute. See how it was at Man United? Like it was just, it was like this, but then it was like it was so like bad at times. Like I just don't feel like, I feel like he might have actually lost his touch. Like it's just like, because from the beginning of the season, we were top of the league flying. All of a sudden it just come crashing down, and the form just been up and down, and it's not even up, it's been bad recently. Yeah. But in the league it's just different. So it's a weird one right now, but we just have to wait till the end of the season, to be honest. But I was really end of the Europa game though, like as in I was ready to take an interim manager. I'm not gonna lie, I was ready to take any interim manager after that game, but like put my level head on right now, and obviously after yesterday's result, is like, we'll just have to see out to the end. I'll see out to the end of the season with Mourinho.
Yeah, obviously, there's always this debate as well. Obviously, when a manager gets sacked, and then the team wins without having a manager, or once the club, like for example, Chelsea, obviously, like when Lampard got sacked, Chelsea won their like first game after he got sacked. So I don't know whether the club needs a change, because obviously Dinamo Zagreb, they actually sacked their manager before your
Their
game.
manager was in jail.
He's actually in prison. Yeah, I was actually shocked. I knew that he had, like, obviously we mentioned that in last week's episode where like he was sacked, but I actually never knew he was sacked because he was like sent to prison. But I don't know whether it's like Mourinho, or because Mourinho, like we do know Mourinho is like a very stubborn guy, so he's not going to really change for anyone. But you can never question his like passion for the game, and that's what like I love about Mourinho. But hopefully,
the difference is, that like even if we wanted to sack him, this guy's on 15 mil a year. Like he's on 15 mil a year. Is Daniel Levy really going to pull the trigger on this guy? Like, let's be real. Like, as much as I want him out, like, is he going to really pull the trigger right now? So if we actually deep it, will probably be here till the end of the season. So we'll have this leg like that, and you never, like, you still never know. He could, but I just don't believe in it now after what I've seen in the past few weeks. In fact, the whole year, the whole 2021, what I've seen is just a bit.
But obviously, if he leaves before his contract ends, I think his contract ends in the summer of 2022. So he's still got like another year or so. But obviously, if you sack a manager before their like contract ends, you're gonna have to, like you said, pay like a compensation fee, because obviously United had to pay around between 10 to 15 million for him and his staff to like obviously leave. But obviously, as like Tottenham are in debt at the moment because of like the new stadium and whatnot, I don't think it would be like the best decision.
How long did he have left at Man United? Do you remember?
I think he had like another year or two.
Oh yes.
So that's why like it was a bit of a hefty like price that they had to obviously pay in order for him to be sacked. But yeah, moving on from Tottenham, I want to talk a bit about not much happened in the game, but the United AC Milan game. Obviously, Paul Pogba came off the bench to have an impact on the game, but like AC Milan had a few chances. Ibra had a header saved by Dean Henderson. Like not much happened in that game. Like obviously,
what do you think? What do you think of Pogba? What do you think of Pogba?
Like, Pogba's just one of those players, you just can't hate him. Like, obviously, there's this like stigma around him. He's obviously being used as a scapegoat.
So much.
His price tag and his haircuts and his just activity on social media. Like, social media just like trying to brainwash us and trying to like hate him, but you just can't, because he's just a tremendous footballer. Like, his talent is just. I think he's
just got haters. I feel like I can't lie. I think he's world class. I feel like you don't need to keep.
He's world class. He's won the World Cup. Like he's won the Coppa Italia. Obviously, he's won like more than the Coppa Italia in Italy. But he's just on his day, his numbers just speak for itself. Like
even the way
he had like 15 goals and 15 assists. Like, but for some reason, no one's like talking about it. Why? Because of all of this, stigma around him, like him not caring about the team, him not like his agent playing a role in that as well. Like Mino Raiola.
The agent didn't do him any favors, man.
His agent, like obviously, he hasn't really had a good relationship with Man United from like obviously the Sir Alex Ferguson era, but it just doesn't help when like you've got a agent that's like doing a talking for you type of thing. Obviously, he's putting words into his mouth, but Pogba hasn't really actually come out and said those like words. But yeah, I just feel like it's just like.
And the big thing is after coming, so I feel like you guys as a team, you lot should. I don't know if you're trying to keep hold of him or what, but I feel like you should.
Like, personally, I would keep him, but then there's a debate about positioning as well, because obviously Ollie likes the midfield of Fred and McTominay. and obviously Pogba like wants to play in that hole where Bruno like operates. But then obviously he's like, since he's been back from his injury, just before his injury, like when he was on form, he was like playing on the left hand side. But he's not really a left mid like left like sided player, because obviously I don't think Pogba like wants to like have to like track back and whatnot. But yeah, let's just see how it plans out for the rest of the season. But moving on to the Arsenal Olympiacos game, obviously Arsenal did have a 3-1 goal lead, but then obviously they ended up losing the goal.
But obviously, because of what we did, no one actually looked into that loss.
Yeah, obviously they lost 1-0 at the Emirates, and like you said, no one's like really spoken about them. But yeah,
who they got that racist team next, Slav Prague.
Yeah, they've got Slavia Prague, who obviously knocked Rangers out. But obviously, yeah, I was just sad to see what happened. Like, obviously, Glenn Kamara got like racially abused.
It was so bait as well, the way it happened, like the way everything happened.
Yeah, we just hope the best for him. Hopefully, he hasn't been affected by it. Yeah, obviously Steven Gerrard like came out and said like they're gonna try and do their best to like look out for him and do what's best in terms of that Slavia Prague, like whether he's gonna face a ban, or it's just not good enough. Like,
bro, the right thing to do is to eliminate them and let Rangers progress, but that won't happen. It's just sad.
I just don't see that happening. Like, as much as I would want that to happen, I just don't see that happening. Like, racism, I don't know, all this like all these like campaigns and whatnot, like it just feels like it's just a waste, because it's 2021, like still in the game.
Even Zaha stopped doing the taking the knee.
Yeah, the taking the knee, like I agree with it, like I'm all down for it, but he is right at the end of the day. Like, since players have been doing that, like I feel like there's been more racism in the game, even on social media. Like, players are like like reposting like DMs, like obviously, yeah, I just don't see
these platforms don't do anything about it. Like, just sad.
Yeah, I was hearing like Twitter or Instagram are gonna like start to like delete accounts, like I just don't see it happening like in the near future. Yeah, but moving on to the draw that obviously took place the morning after. Obviously, United have got Granada, and then the next one's Ajax Roma, and obviously Arsenal playing facing Slavia Prague, and the other draw was Villarreal and Dinamo Zagreb, who you may have faced. And obviously, what the surprising thing is, United might actually face Arsenal in the final if they were to go through. Because obviously, if United go past Granada, they're going to face the winner of Ajax, and it's the same for Arsenal. If they go past Slavia Prague, they're going to face the winner of Dinamo Zagreb or Villarreal, who actually been managed by their former manager, Unai Emery.
Do you see that final happening? You see that final happening?
I want it to happen. I want it to happen. As a United fan, I want that to happen, because if we were to win that final, Arsenal fans won't have anything to say anymore. That will just be the end of their Arsenal careers. Like they might as well go and support another team or change sports, because they will just become a meme like for the rest of their like lives. Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie, I wouldn't even be surprised if they don't make it to the final. And if you got to remember, this team's actually knocked out Rangers and Leicester.
Yeah, and they have produced really good players. Obviously, Thomas Souček, and the right back, West Ham right back, Soufal. West Ham actually signed them from this specific.
Oh, is it? Club. Oh, I even know.
So they are known for producing very good players. They even have the Romanian kid as well, who actually scored the free kick So yeah, they actually have really good players. But yeah, let's just personally, I want to see English teams like do well. Talking about English teams, and while we're on the subject of Europe, the Champions League. I don't know if you saw the draw, but Real, Liverpool, Dortmund, City, Chelsea, Porto, and Bayern, PSG. How do you see those ties playing out?
Bro, Chelsea could actually make it to the final. They can't win that tournament.
I feel like Chelsea, like, I don't really want to like say anything bad about Porto, but yeah, I feel like Chelsea have probably got like the easiest tie in the draw. But obviously,
Obviously, it is Europe. Obviously, it's Europe and anything can happen, but boy, like the way Chelsea are playing, the amount of clean sheets they've been keeping, and yeah, they got the favourable tie. Like, and if they win that, if they win that, they face either Real Madrid or Liverpool.
I'm not too sure about who they might face next,
I
but
think
I'm
Real Madrid,
all down for it. I'm all down for it because I personally I see Liverpool going past Real.
Yeah, man.
And obviously Chelsea, like most likely, will beat Porto. So it might even be an all English tie in the semi-final,
Yeah.
or the final if City like go past Dortmund and
City could win it. City could win it.
I feel like this.
They got two teams. They got two teams. They can win it, man. Their bench.
Obviously, yeah, Bayern PSG. That's gonna be one less big team out as well. So why not City? City were like even Pep was talking about like why not? Why can't we do the quadruple? Like why not? Like we can
if they do the
achieve it.
quadruple, that's what if they do the quadruple. Oh my days!
I will burn. I will actually burn.
Even if they do the treble, that's a.
If I see my rivals do that, like that's just.
Bro,
that's just gonna get me depressed.
It will be Man United's own fault as well for getting eliminated.
Yeah,
stop them from the FA.
Like, yeah, it would just be very like mad. But yeah, let's just see how those ties plan out, I guess. But moving on, obviously, like I was saying at the start, like the Premier League obviously took place on the weekend as well. It was just 2 games: West Ham, Arsenal, and Villa Spurs. But what a game that was, West Ham Arsenal.
Mad game.
I was just shocked. Obviously, my boy Jay Lings scored a banger, and he's actually back. He's officially back.
Since he's gone there, bro. How many goals and assists now?
I think he's got around like five to 6 goals and like
he's putting his name there. He's putting his name there. I can't lie.
Like the impact that he's had since he's got there, like it says a lot. Like they're being regarded as a top 4 side. Like people are saying like West Ham might actually even finish in the top 4. Like that's mad. Like at the start of the season, if you told me that West Ham would be in around the top 4 places, I would have honestly I don't want to swear, but I would have honestly told you to do one. Like,
bro, what makes it so mad is the way they were playing last year. If you actually beat the way they were playing last year, everyone was on David Moyes' head.
Like the transition from going from like a relegation battle to like competing for a top 4 place, it's just you got to give them credit. Like I know they're your like rival as well, but
I hate them, man.
You just got to applaud it. Like especially with their fans, I feel like if they had fans as well, that would have given them a huge boost. Like they might have even been in the top 4 like by now, like maybe even 3rd place. Like, but yeah, hopefully, like West Ham.
Do you think they'll make Europe? You think they'll make Europe? They could definitely.
I feel like they may make Europe because obviously, if they do, I'm honestly down to buy a season ticket. And if they sign Jesse on a permanent, I'm telling you right now, I'm gonna buy a West Ham kit with Lingard on the back. And that I'm not even exaggerating when I say that. I honestly will. You know? I'm not too far off the ground as well, so I would actually like genuinely go to every like home game.
They can definitely make Europe, man. I don't know about the Champions League.
Yeah,
but they can make Europe. 100%.
But talking about yesterday's performance, like obviously we spoke about the Tottenham game in the Europa, like how they let a 2-goal lead like slip up. But how can you be like 3-0 up and like end up drawing 3-3? Like, and they had chances as well. Mikel Antonio from like,
bro, he could have finished
2
it.
yards out. All he needs to do is just put the ball in.
End it.
Like, but you got to give credits to Arsenal as well. Obviously, they did play well, really good. Like, play well in the second half.
In the second half, but there's such a shambles in the beginning. So it's like that team, you don't even know what you're going to get from that team. It's either a shambles or they're going to perform. But they're lucky Lacazette's firing for them right now. And who else is doing well for them?
Odegaard. Chambers actually played really well. Like, he obviously came in for Bellerin, and he actually put in like really good, like decent crosses as well. He obviously got like an assist or two, and obviously the second goal, like it was an own goal, but he was the one that like obviously put the ball in the 12-yard box. But yeah, like on their day they're really good, but then they've got players in their team who, like, you just know they're gonna make a mistake or two. But the other game that obviously took place yesterday was Spurs Villa, and yeah, well done to your Spurs team. That obviously, you bounced back from obviously the defeat in the Europa, but I just don't feel like Villa are the same without Grealish. Like,
no, definitely. Well, we weren't even our best, man. Like, that wasn't even the greatest performance by us. We just got the job done, to be honest. And I just liked how, like, they didn't expect us to come with 2 up top. We came with Vinicius and Kane up top. It just gave us a different dynamic. So we put them on the surprise a bit. But yeah, without Grealish, they're like lost in the final third. Like, they didn't really threaten Lloris. And if you think about it, that our defense as well, like, I feel like a better position. Our defense, like, they hadn't played together. Rodon, Sanchez, and Tanganga, like, you could see that there was a bit of frailties there because, like, they hadn't played together before, so they didn't really know, like, the line. But obviously, without Grealish, Aston Villa, they really look like lost it. And we have a good record at that stadium, to be honest, over the years. Like, we've only like lost once there in like the last 10 years or something like that. So it was points we needed to win.
Villa Spurs games are actually really good though. Like, they're really entertaining. Obviously, back in the past when you had like Van der Vaart and whatnot, like, they were really good games. And obviously, like when Bale was there, like over his like first spell at the club.
You remember.
But Tottenham, like, it wasn't really a good performance, but I guess you got the job done. Obviously, huge credits to Vinicius, who got his first Premier League goal as well. But obviously, saying that you did play without.
And you see the way the goal came. Like, literally, all it was what one ball from Reguilon. Literally, just make something happen, and then Vinicius chased down a ball that he didn't need to chase down, and we made something happen. You get me? But it's like, why couldn't we be doing this why couldn't we, like, we didn't play well yesterday, but if we're not going to play well, at least play like that. You get me? Why couldn't we be doing it in those games? And it's now up to them to go and see the season out like that. That's all I would say. But yeah, I was happy for Vinicius, and I was very happy that Kane was able to, obviously, Matty Cash, he bought that foul.
Yeah.
And then took the penalty.
Matty Cash is actually really, like, he's been having a really good season. But just before I move on to the FA Cup, I want to talk a bit about the Tottenham defence. I was watching the Gary Neville podcast on Sky Sports, the YouTube channel, and he was talking about how, obviously, your centre-backs, especially like the likes of Serge Aurier and Davinson Sanchez, like, obviously we know how rash they are, but he made a good point. Like, sometimes, obviously, as a defender, you want to win every single ball, but to me, it feels like they're trying to win everything. Like, even challenges that, like, they can't like get to, or if there's like a gap between the attacker and the defender, like, they're trying their best to like get like control the ball. Like, sometimes you gotta know that, like, you're just not gonna get the ball. That's why I feel like they like make a lot of mistakes and give away like a lot of like silly fouls and penalties. Like, I
I'm
just feel
happy
like
if,
once they cut that out of their game, like I feel like they'll be, because they're really good defenders, but it's just like their decision making that lets them down.
but the question is, will they? Because it's like we've had Sanchez for how many years now? He's been like this. He's not changed. So and Mourinho's come in, and how many months later we're still seeing the same things. Obviously, he wasn't really playing with Alderweireld. Obviously, Vertonghen was gone, but he wasn't playing with Alderweireld. He was playing with Joe Rodon. I like Joe Rodon's performance, but like it's the same old, and it's like for me, I feel like we need another defender because I don't know if he's gonna really when it comes to speed and physicality, like he's got that, but it's just rashness, and it's like they ever change. It happens constantly and constantly and constantly. Just as you think, everything's settling, then it happens. So it's like, how long are we gonna continue to deceive ourselves? That's what it is for me. So for me, like if we want to progress as a club, we need to address that in the summer. We need to address that area in the summer. That's just my point of view.
Obviously, I wanted to get your perspective as a Tottenham fan, but looking on the bright side, like apart from maybe Alderweireld, you do have a really young defense. So I'm not sure how old is Davinson Sanchez? Maybe in his mid-20s.
Yeah.
Maybe 25, 26. So I don't think he's even in his peak. So obviously, as he's young, he still has time to learn, and obviously, I don't know why Mourinho hasn't been able to cut that out of his game. Maybe talk to him one-on-one. But yeah.
But do you know who was a positive yesterday? Tanganga. That was a
Tanganga.
positive.
He had a really. So did Joe Rondon, but Tanganga
showed Aurier and Doherty how it's done.
I don't even know why he even dropped out the squad. I don't even know why he wasn't playing, because last season he was playing really well. Obviously it was his first season as well, but I don't know why he was just being left out of the side. Obviously, players perform based on their game time. Obviously, like at United, Donny van der Beek, he's in and out. For example, I'm gonna get on to this point in a bit, but if you don't play a player for a while and then just stick him in the deep end for important game as well, and they don't perform, and you get onto them, there's a reason for them not performing, because they have to get some match rhythm, match fitness in order to perform at that level that you want them to perform at. But Tanganga, he obviously started off really well, but then obviously he's been in and out of the side playing in cup games, but we haven't really seen him in the Premier League. But hopefully, he kicks on and puts himself in the starting lineup, I guess.
Yeah, no, I like that you touched on that, because he's someone that actually every time he's actually come in, he hasn't really had a bad performance. You get me? He hasn't really had a bad performance. So I'm actually thinking why he hasn't actually had more starts, especially the way Doherty and Ori have been messing around, especially that Doherty guy. I'm happy he was out of the whole squad yesterday, but yeah, and Winks, I'm happy they were both out of the squad. But yeah, it's he needs to get his run of games, at least. Definitely.
Yeah. Finally, just before we wrap up, a quick mention to the FA Cup. I really don't want to talk about the FA Cup too tough, but we're gonna have to do it. But yeah, Bournemouth, Southampton, a comfortable win for Southampton. Redmond, I watched the highlights and Redmond played really well. Obviously Chelsea won 2-0 against Sheffield United. Obviously, up till the 85th minute, it was obviously 1-0. Sheffield were playing really well and obviously pressuring Chelsea, but obviously Ziyech ended up getting the second goal just before Brewster having his chance. He could have equalised. But yeah, that was a comfortable win for Chelsea. Obviously, the day before that, City cruised past Everton with a 2-0 win. And then yesterday's game, obviously, I don't really want to get into it, but obviously Leicester won 3-1 against
Man United were defeated.
Man United. Like I told you on the phone yesterday, at the moment, obviously when we lost the game, it didn't really like touch me as I thought it was gonna be. But then obviously once it sunk in, I was just like, season after season, like we get ourselves into good positions, like whether it's the quarterfinal or the semi-final, we're just that one game away from like going into the final. But I don't know, it's just like a thing like over and over again that just like occurs every season.
What do you put that down to? What do you put that down to?
I don't know whether it's like confidence or whether the players that we have, like, they're not used to it. But I just don't know. Like, I don't know how to explain it. Like every season, it just happens over and over again. Like, you're telling me we've been in like 4 to 5 semi-finals since obviously Ollie's been at the club, and not one time we've made it to the final. Like, that says a lot about the players. Like, I don't know what it is. Like,
it's a weird one, you know. And what's weird about it is that obviously you're still in the Europa League, but obviously you're nowhere near Manchester City, so that's what makes it a bit.
That's what makes it worse. Like,
yeah,
like, yeah, it's just shambles. Like, from the first minute, the players just did not look
so
like they were ready for the game. They just looked leggy. Obviously, Fred made a mistake for the first goal, and I want to get one point across as well. I know we go on about how football's our like religion and how we love like the game and our passion for the game, but it's a game at the end of the day. And I was reading like the news in the morning how Fred was getting like abused. Like, it's honestly not worth it. Like, I don't know why people are like blaming him like for the loss. Like, I know he gave the ball away, but honestly, it's not that deep. Like, I don't know why people are just coming out and like racially abusing him. And obviously, I hope like Fred's well as well. But yeah, like he just said, I don't know what it is. Like, we just need to win a trophy. Obviously, we're still in the Europa League, but it's not a guarantee.
If he doesn't win the Europa, then what do you think?
Obviously, if we don't win the Europa, but we finish in second place, personally, I don't think it's a successful season, because obviously at the moment we're 14 points behind City, so it's like quite a healthy lead for them. Obviously, if it was like a shorter gap, then maybe I would have been like, yeah, we put up a good fight to fight for the title, but it just doesn't feel like that at the moment. And we might not even finish second. Like, I know I was saying that in last week's episode, like, we're probably gonna finish in second place, but it's not a guarantee at the end of the day. Like,
I would say you'll definitely finish. I feel like you'll definitely finish in the top 4. It's just about if you win a trophy. And do you think they'll pull the plug on him, or you don't think they would if you don't win a trophy?
No, I feel like they're gonna give Ollie time. Obviously, with the football director coming in, the technical director coming in, and like you were saying, they're like Ollie's bringing in his friends, which I used for the title of episode 2.
Reflection and them, man.
Yeah. So I feel like they're gonna give him time, because obviously he's like bringing in his own people. So I feel like they're gonna give him like time. I know his contract ends this summer, but I feel like he's gonna sign an extension to that.
I've seen rumors of like that new contract they're trying to give him.
Like, I haven't really heard anything about it, but I feel like it will get resolved in due time. But obviously United have now got a new sponsorship as well, shirt sponsorship. They're moving on from Chevrolet to Team Viewer. So let's see what the future brings.
I remember AIG.
Yeah, AIG days, like Ronaldo, Berbatov days, like it was just
them days are done.
Done. Yeah, but just talking about the FA Cup a bit more. Obviously, the draw was like during halftime. Leicester, Southampton, Chelsea, City. So, who do you see like going on to the final and like possibly winning the competition?
Boys, I feel like City, boy, how can you not think City, the squad they have, the squad depth that they have, if they get past Chelsea, I don't really see anyone stopping them. That's just my opinion, and I feel like they can go on to actually win the FA Cup. Like right now, it should be a really scary time for Man United because they're coming from that one thing that you lot can hold on to as a club, the treble, and they're really, really in touching distance of doing that, even exceeding it, doing the quadruple. If they do the quadruple, boy, I don't know what happens because boy, that's a madness still. But yeah,
hopefully not. But yeah, I wouldn't even be surprised if it's like a Southampton Chelsea final. Like you just never know with football now.
You never know though. You never know. You never know.
You never know.
You say these things, but you never know. Like will they
City
run out?
City might just like just crumble. They might just be complacent. Oh, we're gonna like win the Premier League. Oh, like we're into the like semi-finals of the Champions League. They might just like I said, just get complacent and just not care about the other competitions, I guess.
I feel like they're gonna take the Champions League more seriously because they must be trying to write their names on the pedestal of Europe. Like,
and obviously they got a healthy lead in the Premier League, so they're probably gonna put all their energy and work into the Champions League, like you said.
They need to win that. They won't be considered they won't be considered a European giant if they don't win that. Like there's winning leagues and leagues and leagues, but all these other teams went on to win Champions League. The great Man United teams, they went on to win that Champions League. The great Chelsea teams, they went on to win that Champions League. So they went on to win. They went on to go and win Champions Leagues as well. They need to. So if they want to put it in a pedestal like that, they have to go and win it. And I'm surprised they haven't even won it yet. So we just have to wait and see if they can win it this year.
Yeah, hopefully. So good luck to all teams that we've mentioned on the show. And on that note, thank you guys for watching. A big thank you to Jojo for taking part once again. We will try to come back with another episode. I'm not sure about if we're going to have another episode for next week. Obviously, it's the international break, so there won't really be much to talk about. But yeah, thank you guys. Do the usual things. Please like, comment, subscribe, and most importantly, share. Peace.
I'm wearing my jacket, but boss said I'm still too cold. Man, I fucked your bitch, she filled that from her head to toes. I need this guap,